YouTube? Above Average Code here, and I've been a busy boy lately. I've been depriving y'all of the regular full-length content, so I figured what better way to try to get back in the swing of things than a little bit of a rant video about where I stand currently with Halo Infinite. Everything, the store, the ranked arena, the current playlist, the casual playlist, everything. I want to talk about whether I'm loving it, whether I'm hating it, and everything in between. By no means is this, is Cody going to stop playing Halo Infinite? Is he going to stream something else? It's not really like that. I'm going to play Halo Infinite at least until a new Halo game comes out. It's definitely not going anywhere content-wise on the channel. I kind of just want to do a little video kind of talking about some of my thoughts on where things stand in the game and kind of where I'm at in terms of having fun or not. So before I get too rambly and start jumping into specific individual things on the game, I want to say that although I'm still having fun, the level of fun that I have on the game now when I hop on to stream it nearly every day for you guys is very much capped. There is only so much fun I can have in a game where we're not really getting those huge, content dumps that we were getting sometimes with the seasons. And of course, we're getting a lot of quality of life improvements, a lot of bug fixes that sometimes come with new bugs. That's all good and fine. That very much improves the overall experience, but that doesn't necessarily bump the fun up. That kind of just makes the game more tolerable. So overall, right now, I'm having fun, but I feel like I can only have so much fun. And the first point I want to talk about is my current ranked experience. And the biggest thing I want to say about the ranked arena in its current state is there is nothing to say about ranked in its current state because it is still so the same as it has always been. The only big difference is the new map Interference. It's cool. It's a nice little change of pace, but it is still very much the same type of experience you get on every other map. There is three main guns. There is the Bandit, of course you start with it, the Battle Rifle, you can find it on the wall, and then either the Bulldog, the S7, or maybe the Stalker on streets, and then, of course, the Shock Rifle on recharge here in the background. But, there's... just put some different guns in or something. Just give me... I want some more variety, and it is cool getting a new map. Don't get me wrong. Although it plays similarly, it is vastly different than most of the maps that we play on now. There's a lot of long-range gunfights, a lot of open lanes, and a lot of verticality that you don't get on probably 90% of the other maps, which is nice. That is a change of pace, but honestly, I say throw something in that changes things for every map and mode. The biggest gun I'd like to see back, frankly, is the Sentinel Beam, and that's not what this video is about, but that's the biggest thing that has been dwelling on me is, in the background here, I hop into Stronghold's recharge. I have done it 1,000 times over. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in. I'm going to do the same thing again. It's okay, we win? Awesome. We lose? Boo. Oh, okay, whatever. On to the next one. Back to the lobby. It's kind of cringe. It's very stale, and just, I want any form of variety. Again, not just one new map, but something that shakes up and twists around all of the maps. And obviously, this kind of affects, the HCS and things like that, and they try to keep things the same, which I agree. I'd like to see that in the ranked arena. But at this point in the game's lifespan, just break the link between the HCS and ranked and just give it one little tweak. Even if you use it as a testing ground for what you want to do in the HCS, I think that would be really cool. And one more complaint about ranked, guys, is the 3v4s. Now, obviously, we got match cancel, and the matches will cancel if it happens early, but I swear 90% of the games I have played since the last reset and the match cancel update, somebody is either AFK, they are playing maybe 10% of the time and just sitting in the spawn the rest of the time, or they just straight up leave. And I'm not talking at the beginning of the game, I'm talking halfway through the game, 3/4 through the game. And the worst ones are when you get a mix of all three of them and somebody sits in the spawn, then they start playing, then they leave. So not only were they not helping, and then they got your hopes up to start playing like they were gonna help you, and then they just leave the game, dude. It is literally the most nauseating experience. Anybody that's been watching the streams, feel free to go back and check all of my games on stream. I swear, at least 60% of the games each day, or on a good day, I guess I should say, somebody is leaving halfway through the match, and it's been driving me up the freaking wall. But all jokes aside, I still enjoy ranked for what it is. I really, at least for me personally, ranked scratches the competitive itch for myself that I really don't get from any other ranked experience, which is great. Again, it's still a good experience. I like ranked. I'm just being hypercritical of the things that, again, are bottlenecking my fun in the ranked arena. But again, it's still very much the same exact experience that it has always been. The maps are very similar outside of interference. The modes are all the same. They all play the same. And that's pretty much all it is. Now, I want to talk a little bit about one specific mode that absolutely rescues my sanity on some bad days when I choose to play it on stream, which isn't too often, sadly, and that is Husky Raid, man. I have talked about this in some videos. Husky Raid is just such a banger mode, and most of you already know this, but I have to mention it in this video because the level of enjoyment I get from playing Husky Raid is just it's so fantastic. It's sweaty if you want it to be. Husky Raid can get sweaty if you have not played it. I promise you that. And it's also just such good casual fun, and there's so much RNG in it that it's like, even if you die, it's like, you know, whatever, they had a rocket launcher, what are you going to do? And it just very well encapsulates what a feeling that I don't always get from Halo that I always used to get from Halo. Very fun mode, very much worth mentioning. And then I got to tip my hat to the customs days on Halo here, guys, because we've been, so obviously, as I mentioned, I've been very busy. I've been very behind on replying to comments. I've barely been doing it, making long form content. The streams have been very short, and it has nothing to do with my passion for the game or content creator or any of that, guys. Life has just been absolutely insane. I've been working a ton of extra hours at work, and I've been getting persuaded by some of you to run more customs days. So Saturday mornings, I'm trying to do more customs days, and let me tell you, no matter who shows up, how many people show up, what we play, it is such a great time. It is so much fun, and I absolutely love that aspect here on Halo Infinite because the ease of access to just going through and setting up these forge lobbies and just opening it up and letting people join is just, it's very easy, it's very fun, it's very cool. So I very much love that aspect, and it's very much keeping me fully on the fence with the game currently, and that's kind of where I stand, I guess, is between the love and the hate, because I still like ranked, but it's just become such a stale and repetitive, and frankly, it's been very nauseating with the 3v4s that I mentioned, that it's like, if I can't sit and play that for like 6 hours on end like I used to. I really cannot, because it's just like, it's going through the motions, it's a very repetitive experience, and again, it scratches that competitive itch, but that itch is only so big nowadays after doing the same thing for so long. But I'm really loving the casual game modes because you guys know me. I'm mostly a ranked player. I've always been mostly a ranked player. It was like pulling teeth when you guys were trying to get me to do customs days sometimes, but now I've completely like flipped to the other side of the spectrum, and it's like, dude, I'm having more fun in customs and on Husky Raid. Like, I think we loaded up into a Husky Raid Chicago for the first custom of the day last Saturday. It was just so much fun. So we're hosting another one tomorrow. I'm not gonna promise one every week, but I'm gonna try to do it every week because, again, even though I've been so busy, if I can just set aside a couple hours to play like for fun stuff with you guys, I think that's like a really good experience, and it makes me really happy to be able to interact with you guys in that way, even though I'm not able to do it through comments and full-length content and things like that. But yeah, I think that's kind of all the main points I want to cover. Not too crazy. By no means am I losing faith or passion per se for Halo Infinite. It's just like some aspects of the game just feel so stale, and like I'm super grateful and pumped about the quality of life improvements that we've gotten. But like the servers are still iffy, and it's a lot of the same issues that exist that have always been there. And I will say, mentally, I am just looking forwards to the next Halo. I still have the drive to make content. I've got some VOD reviews here I have to do. I like doing these rant videos. If there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, feel free to let me know down in this comment section. But it's like, I don't want to force feed content that either has already been made or already exists or somebody just made a video about, because that's not me and my content. I literally devise these videos while I'm at work, and I'm like, ooh, that'd be a fun one to make. I'm going to do that. And that's kind of the length to which I make content. But where the game is at, there's just so little new stuff to make content about. You know, when a game's throwing new maps, new guns, changes, updates, storylines, like all that stuff at you, the content pretty much writes itself. And it's like, dude, I got to tell my viewers all about this in case they're not paying attention. But that's just not where Halo Infinite is. So it's like, I'm still very into the game, but when I do have time to make more full-length content, if I make one on another game or talking about something else or something in a negative light, don't expect that Halo Infinite's going anywhere. I very much have my eyes on the next game, but I will still be doing, again, the viewer VOD reviews and things like that because I like helping you guys out get better at the game, especially if you guys still have that drive to play ranked for 6 hours on end like I really just haven't had recently. I'm sure it could come back, but like, the experience I've had recently with the 3v4s and stuff has just been not driving me away, but it really makes me, I only have a certain amount of tolerance for the ranked arena, and that's kind of just where I stand. So I am on the fence of the love and the hate of playing the game right now. I do think the game is great. It is significantly better than it was years ago, and I'm super thankful for that. But I'm very much looking ahead to the next Halo. I hope we get news or just something concrete. I'm sure it could still be 2 or 3 years before we see a new title, but it would just be cool to have something to chew on in the meantime, at least something to look forward to. But let me know all of your guys' thoughts down in the comments section. Are you loving the game? Are you hating the game? Are you on the fence with the game like me? Give me all your thoughts down below, guys. But outside of that, subscribe to the channel. If by some chance you made it this far and you're new here, guys, Halo content, I mean, I kind of gave a good idea of everything I do in this video, so hit that subscribe button. Leave a like on the video. It helps out ever so much. And then finally, after you leave a comment, channel memberships and super thanks if you are interested in supporting me monetarily. It helps me out a lot as a content creator, but pretty please do not feel like you have to. Your views and likes are plenty enough of a thanks for me. But alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for all the love. Again, I'm sorry I have been so busy, but I have been uploading a ton of shorts content. So if you want, go on my channel and check out some of those shorts, some fun clips, some things I talk about on stream, and everything of the sort, 99% of it Halo related. But alrighty, guys, that does it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.